Rishi Sunak is under fire from his own MPs over family visa salary threshold delay. I'm going to read into this more from Sky News, you guys. Let's go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is REGANELITE here with an article from Sky News with the headline that Rishi Sunak is under fire from his own MPs over family visa salary threshold delay. The Prime Minister says the highest earning figure of $38,700 will come into force in 2025 after the Home Office watered down plans to introduce it from next spring. Several Tory MPs have hit out of what they perceive to be a delay. So we've talked about this a little bit already in Regan's news round. If you want to check that out, I'll put the link in the description if you guys want to check out that and the rest of the stories on that. So we did cover some of it, to be fair, but this is more about they're holding it back on it and they're delaying it here, and obviously watering it down to try and appease some people, but while also also upsetting other people, and it's just like whatever way he does this, he's going to get pulled either way. And Sunak's kind of like he's in the gutter at the moment anyway, and there doesn't appear to be any way for him to get out of that gutter. You know, he came across when he first stood on that podium, as Prime Minister, you thought, okay, maybe there'll be some stability, maybe he'll introduce some decent policies, or maybe he'll do something. Nope, he's a dummy. He's a dummy. He comes across, he's been a Prime Minister for quite a while now, and he just doesn't seem like he has a grip on anything at all, really. And this thing here, he's already like, oh, I've upset the wrong people, and now he's already upset the right wingers and the in his own party, and it's just like, mate, you just screwed really at this point. What's he going to do to get out of it, guys? That's the question. So Rishi Sunak is under fire from his own MPs after rowing back on plans to lift the salary threshold for family visas, with some Tories accusing him of weakness. Yeah, I think he is a bit weak, isn't he? The Prime Minister said the government was increasing the salary threshold significantly to $38,000 in early 2025, a change from the original plan laid out by Home Secretary James Cleverly earlier this month. The threshold for the family visa, which applies to Britons who wish to bring family members to the UK, was due to rise from $18,600 to $38,700 next spring, in a bid to reduce legal net migration, which hit a record last year. But on Thursday night, the Home Office quietly watered down the measure, saying the threshold would be the first to be raised to $29,000 from the spring, when they then increased in incremental stages, though no timetable was set for when the top figure would be introduced. The climbdown has angered Tory MPs on the right of the party in favour of tighter migration controls. David Jones, the deputy chairman of the right-wing European Research Group, told the PA news agency it had regrettable signs of weakness, while Jonathan Gullis, the Conservative former minister, wrote on X that he was deeply disappointed and undermines our efforts. The former minister, Sir John Hayes, chairman of the Common Sense Group of Tory MPs. Common Sense, anyone? Told the BBC the earnings threshold should rise to $38,000 quickly to give people certainty. Oh yes, let's make it certain that people will have certainty that they will have to choose between families and their loved ones. The kill family bill or some sorts. It's literally a breakup bill. It's a breakup bill of family and relationships is what it is. That's what this bill is. Robert Jenrick, who quit as immigration minister over the government's Stall Wonder plan, was also among the critics, with a source close to him saying the whole package needs to be implemented now, not long grass to the spring or watered down. More measures are needed, not less. Speaking to reporters while visiting ambulance workers in Lincolnshire on Friday, the Prime Minister insisted the government was doing exactly as we said in terms of raising the salary threshold for family visas, but that the process would happen in two stages. He confirmed that the threshold would increase from $18,600 to $29,000 from next spring before going to the full amount in early 2025. So it's exactly what we're doing, we're just phasing it over the next year or so, he added. Earlier this month, Mr Cleverly outlined a 5-point plan to reduce legal migration after net migration hit a record-breaking 745,000 in this year to December 2022. Other measures announced in the plan included a ban on care workers bringing over their families, raising the minimum salary for a skilled worker visa from 26,200 to 38,700. Like, we need care workers, and this is your way of dealing with it. Oh, well, we got to bring the numbers down. Yeah, but we're also short on workers in this country. But we got to bring migration down. But we're short on workers. We got to bring the numbers down. Like, you either do you want to be poor? Like, do you want to be worse off, or do you want something done about all these unemployment or these job vacancies we have scattered all over the place? Mr. Cleverly told the Commons last month the government would increase the skilled worker earning threshold by a third to 38,700 from next spring, in line with the median full-time wage for those kind of jobs. The tail wagging the dog. The original plan was criticised by immigration researchers at the Migration Observatory at Oxford University, who warned the new family visa rule could leave British citizens with a foreign partner facing greater restrictions on who they can live with than migrant workers. It said the plan to hike the family threshold to 38,700 could mean that in some circumstances, British workers could face more restrictive rules on families than migrant workers in the same job. Labour's Shadow International Development Secretary Lisa Andy said the backtracking was just another example of the tail wagging the dog, and accused the government of running scared of its own backbenchers. Asked whether the party would allow the rise to go ahead if it wins the next election, Mrs Andy said Labour had been clear all along that immigration policy should be aligned with skills to address shortages here in the UK. The Shadow Home Secretary Vet Cooper said ministers failed to consult anyone on their proposals and took no account of the impacts of the steep spell visa change on families next year, so it's no surprise that they're rowing back in a rush. Liberal Democrats suggest that the planned 38,700 threshold had always been unworkable. In the party's Home Affairs spokesperson Asda Chimmel branded it yet another half-baked idea to placard the hardliners on their own back benches. As well as seeking to reduce illegal migration, the government has made stopping small boats crossing in the channel core part of its strategy to reduce illegal migration. To achieve that aim, the government wants to deport asylum seekers who arrive to the UK irregularly means to Rwanda. Mr Sunak saw off the rebellion over the plan earlier this month, but further battles are likely to await him in the new year, as right-wing Tory MPs demand the bill goes further with those on the moderate wing, and have warned Mr Sunak that he risks losing their support if he significantly alters the bill to placard the right. As well as deporting asylum seekers to Rwanda, the government has sought to manage high numbers of people arriving by small boats, housing them in former military bases, including the Carrick Garrison in his own constituency of Richmond. However, there are reports in the Times that the Home Office have assessed the garrison is unsuitable for large asylum facilities. Prime Minister has confirmed the Home Office assessment has said it is still his intention to use a military base in his constituency to house refugees from Afghanistan. He said it was not right to suggest his constituency was different from any other constituency when asked why plans for the garrison have reportedly been scrapped. More generally, taking a step back, stopping the boats is a massive priority of mine, he says. It's something I always wanted to do because it's ultimately the best way to relieve pressure on the hotels and other areas of local communities, he has stated. Guys, it's just all these things are just not gonna work. The clock is pretty much ticking on Rishi Sunak. The clock really is ticking on him. Whether it's the Rwanda deal, this salary threshold thing, he's fighting so many battles, and the problem is that he's not going to please anyone whatever he does here. He's not going to be able to stop the boats. He's not going to reduce the numbers. He's not going to get a plane off to Rwanda. By the way, we don't even have any planes to take off to Rwanda as well, so I don't know how you can fly them out to Rwanda when we don't even have the planes for them. If they have any other ideas, if they can't fly them out there to Rwanda, what are they going to do? Ship them in a boat? Stop the boats, we're going to be starting boats. It's a lose-lose situation, whatever's going to be happening, to be fair, guys. It really is. But, this salary threshold is just not good, and I just think that the time is running out. Is he even going to make it to the next general election? I think that's another question we need to be asking ourselves on this as well. So what do you guys think? What do you think is going to happen? Do you think Sunak is going to be out in the next few months? Maybe he's going to make it all the way to the next general election. Maybe he is going to get this Rwanda deal somehow through. Maybe this family visa salary threshold is going to stick. What do you guys honestly think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Hit the like button, be greatly appreciated. Share this across social media and hit that bell notification icon so you'll be notified when I upload another video. And if you want to financially support me, you can do so by buying me a coffee or joining me on Patreon. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to catch you all very, very soon.